This is Mrs. Lopez from Mountain View, and we're going to look at main idea and details today. So when we are determining the main idea, it's supported by key details within the text. Once you determine the main idea and the details, you can use those to then write a clear summary of the text. So I have two graphic organizers here that have the details of the text with the main idea, or you could have an overarching main idea with the details that go with it. Overall, just looking at, you need to find the details first so that then it points you, it leads you to the main idea of what the entire text is. So we're going to use the text life cycle of a frog. And our text does have a graphic feature. It has a title, and then it has the main text. Life cycle of a frog. The life cycle of a frog has many stages. Frogs lay eggs in egg masses, which are clumps of eggs that stick together and float on the surface of the water. Many of the eggs do not make it to maturity. The eggs are coated in jelly-like covering that protects the eggs. The tadpoles start to develop inside the eggs. They grow and eat the jelly until they are big enough to break free from the egg. The tadpole has a body and a tail and live in the water. At first, the tadpoles are fragile and hang on to plants. They will get stronger and begin to swim around. They will develop through metamorphosis. After about 5 weeks, they will grow hind legs and then front legs and become a froglet. The froglet still has a tail. The froglet continues to develop. It is a frog when it has lost the tail and gained more fully formed body that can now live on land close to the water. So I'm not going to jump to the summary. What I need to do is fill in my graphic organizer, taking a look at the details and the main idea of this whole text. And I know that a good summary is going to start with that main idea of the piece, include the details to support the main idea. And we're going to pause right there. So we need to start with step 1 and 2, finding the main idea and the details. Going back to the other slide, we'll start at the beginning where it makes the most sense. So this was told chronologically, starting at the beginning and moving towards the end of the frog's life. So the first detail that I'm going to add is that the frogs lay floating egg masses. So then that's followed up by tadpoles develop in the eggs until they break free. After that, the next stage in a frog's life is that tadpoles have a body and tail to swim. They develop through metamorphosis. So talking about how they're developing, going along, and this is in the order that it was in the text. Then the next key detail is that they turn into froglets with 4 legs and a tail. And the final detail that we're going to add is that they turn into a frog with fully formed legs and have no tail. So if I'm going here from egg masses to developing in the eggs, breaking out and then developing through metamorphosis, turning into froglets, and then turning into a frog, I could say that the main idea of the whole text is the life cycle of a frog has many stages. If I were to use a column chart here, I could have put each of the details here, but instead I would have needed 5 details. But the main idea would still be the same.